What's going on, YouTube? So, episode 2 of the Daryl Dixon bike build. Got a little bit more done today. We got Mr. Kyle came over and helped. Got the air box completely out of it. It's currently sitting over there. Got the tank off. The fuel lines dealt with. What else did we do today? We unbolted the front manifolds. We're still going to have to unbolt them from the bottom to drop the manifold. Problem with this bike is it had an aftermarket speedometer on it. So they ran wires to that for the aftermarket speedometer. So we're going to have to go through and figure out what wires go to what and probably rewire this bike. Like, these are all aftermarket wires, which we're gonna have to trace back to the speedometer they put on there. There's aftermarket stuff. So I might head up to the local Honda dealership tomorrow and see if I can get the Haynes manual for it, which should have a wiring diagram in it, to see if I can narrow down what we need and what we don't need. Other than that, we didn't really do a whole lot today. Started labeling turn signals, brake lights, positive, negative, so that when we go to put on the new stuff, it's a little simpler. Hardest part today was probably getting the tank out, because the new tank that's going on it, they look like C's. The C's are actually welded to the frame, and the posts that slide into those C's are on the tank, whereas this one is backwards. The posts are here and the C's are on the actual tank. So these are probably going to have to get cut off of the bike and C's welded back on. But I need to have the actual tank in hand before any of that happens. But yeah, slowly but surely coming along. I'm thinking tomorrow I take the exhaust off and then maybe jack up the front end and start taking the front tire. I'll probably deal with this light tomorrow and start unhooking stuff. Like the horn we're not going to need. He did get the exhaust wrap in, but they sent him the wrong color. He ordered tan, they sent him black, so he's got to reorder that. The handlebars did come in, which is nice, even though we're going to have to replace this triple bike. Right now, Kyle, what are you doing? Trying to figure out wiring for this bike?
We are actually trying to figure out wiring at the moment. They've got a aftermarket speedometer on the bike, and so we're trying to remove all the extra wires that we have so that we can simplify the bike. And it's not
easy.
It's not going well. It's not.
Well, in other good news, we did get the Yamaha tank for the bike. I'm currently stripping it. Fun fact, folks, don't strip tanks in November when it's 26, because this shit stinks. It's making the whole garage stink. So we got the tank, we got the front, what we're gonna use for the front fender on the bike. What else did we pick up? Oh, the brake reservoir. There's actually a really cool shop here in the great state of Indiana called Cycle Recycle in Indianapolis, and they sell used bike parts and buy used bike parts
For older bikes, for a lot older bikes.
So we went in there, talked to the great folks in there. They helped us out a ton, and we'll probably be going back in there to order the tires for the bike. So if anyone out there is building one of these bikes, the Kindra big block tires, you cannot find the front tire size for that R6. So what you have to do is buy 2 rear tires and run the front tire the opposite direction because they are bi-ply tires. So if you run the front tire the opposite direction, it will run fine. So you technically have to order 2 of the same tire size. Found that out today. So we'll be going back to the shop, and ordering the new tires and they actually mount and balance them there. So they're trying to find us the top triple tree and the bolt to go with it. I had the lady there doing some research. Once we finish doing this, we're probably going to cut the exhaust to length, possibly tonight.
We may do that tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Because we've got the wrap. The wrap is ordered. We've got the wrap ordered. We've got the seat. Seat will be here Sunday.
Yeah. And since we've got the seat and the tank, I can fab up.
We can mark up what we
where
cut the bike, which
exactly.
Is the most eerie part.
Absolutely. Because once we cut it,
that's it. There's no going back at that point.
Absolutely not. So we're gonna fuck with this for a while. We got pizza on the way, hopefully, eventually. We've made some progress. We dealt with the wiring harness. We got the handlebars off. All of our wires taken off. Kyle just broke loose the top bolt off the triple. What else have we done, Kyle? Oh, we got the tank dealt with. The only problem that we have now is that when we bought the tank, it was dropped. And I don't know. There's a huge dent in the side of it. I have a buddy that does paintless dent removal. I'm going to see if he can maybe pull that out a little bit. So the inside of this tank is rusted. So if you're going to do this at home, I was told by a guy at the bike shop, pretty much double loop and chain, cut it into like 5 pieces, Works toilet bowl cleaner, and slosh it around for 2 or 3 hours, and it'll help break up all that rust that's in here. We are going to be running a inline fuel filter though, because I don't think we're going to be able to get all the rust out of this tank. I still have to sand it all down to rust it evenly. I know. I got to sand the rust off of it to re-rust the tank. How ironic. We got the our front fender that we're going to use stripped. So now we have the bike on jack stands, and we're going to take these front forks off, and then we're going to go from there. We didn't get around to cutting the exhaust because it is a whopping like 22 degrees outside. It's kind of cold, right, Kyle?
It is very cold.
It's colder than a widget tit in a brass brawl.
It is very cold outside.
So
when we got food, it was snowing.
That's right. Good old November here in Indiana. So we're making progress. We're making progress. Slowly but surely. We got the front forks off of the bike, kind of mocked up. We gotta cut the old pegs where the old tank sit, and I'm gonna have to fabricate C-channel where these sit on this bike. So then probably next week we're gonna cut the frame, get the cafe racer loop built, weld it on, weld the tank, because it's gonna have to come back probably another 6 inches. And then once we get all the stuff with the triple trees sorted, because we're gonna need the bearings that fit in here. Those will slide right in, bolt right up. You gotta take the front wheel off and get the tires put on it, but the the bike shop said they'll do that for us. And then comes the fun part of wiring everything back to fucking together, which is gonna be probably the nightmare. When I cut those, I'll probably cut the exhaust also. So this is part 2. We got quite a bit fucking done today. got quite a bit done. It's been a long one. Kyle, how long have we been out here?
Oh, we went
4 hours? 5 hours?
We went and picked the parts up at like before 5. Then we come back.
What time is it? 10 fucking midnight?
So we're probably like
5 hours?
5.5. We got everything torn out from home to work.
We got a lot done in 5.5 hours. So we are that much closer to getting this bike done. All the painting and everything is going to be fairly easy. You may not see the inside of that, so don't worry about it. That's all the date for episode 2. We got the front forks mocked up with the tank on the bike. So Kyle came over. We mocked up the front forks on the bike. Monday I have to go and try and find the bearings, top and bottom, at a local place, see if they have any that'll work. We're got a slight issue, but I think we got it figured out. So where the tank sits for the original to the new one, the petcocks sit on that frame. They need to sit about here. So we might have to modify this and weld a bracket on there, but as far as that goes, once we can get the castle nut, the bearings, and then the handlebars with risers, we should be good up front, really. So a lot of people use what's the name of that website? Cisco
For
the tree. Cisco Moto.
Incognito Moto.
Incognito Moto.
Yes.
They get billet made triple trees for the top. We decided to use the OEM one, but there's the ignition on it. So what we did is we just cut the ignition out and then took an angle grinder and cleaned it up. I still have to cut this off so they're flat-ish.
You can add a picture of what the original one looks like.
Yeah.
You can see what we did.
Yeah, because I think altogether, just for the top tree, to have it milled for...
$132.
Yeah, $132
Yep.
for everything, which is...
Oh no, for the is that for the risers and everything? It's
Yeah.
$238.
Oh, $238 for the risers. But the I think we're going to use the Honda risers off of the old bike.
Yes.
Because they fit. You have to drill out these holes a little bit. But yeah, so yeah. And then your handlebars will go here. So we're getting there. Seed's
supposed to be here tomorrow.
Seed's supposed to be here tomorrow. He's probably gonna bring it over, and then once he brings it over, we'll mock it up on the bike, and then we might actually cut the frame tomorrow. And then go from there, really. We gotta go get I gotta do that tomorrow. Go to the storage unit and get the welder.
Yeah, we gotta get the welder in the garage.
Yeah, so we can weld that stuff and then weld the front grill that goes up here. But for an update, I mean, I think it looks pretty good mocked up.
Yeah.
You
get the idea of where we're going with it, for sure.
Absolutely. One step closer.
One step fucking closer, man.
Oh, we did get they sent the wrong tape. So he ordered 2-inch, they sent us inch, he ordered tan, they gave us black for the exhaust.
Yeah.
So he had to reorder that, and then he got the headlight housing.
Yeah, we got the headlight housing.
So we just got to get the headlight, which ETA on that is never at this point.
It's never at this point. We've ordered it twice, and they refused it twice.
I'll probably cut that tomorrow too.
Oh, we did manage to find a fender.
So that will probably go there-ish.
Yeah, we gotta kind of figure that out. We
Still gotta fabricate that. And then I think that's about it for now. I know, but
we're on episode 3.
This is the end of episode 2 of the Daryl Dixon bike build. Got the welder. Mr. Kyle dropped by and dropped off the seat. So now we get to go through the process of figuring out where the loop goes. I still might need the handlebars for up here to make sure this is where the tank is going to sit and they clear when you go to turn the handlebars. But for now, this is the end of part 2 of the Daryl Dixon bike build. We will catch you all in the next episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and I guess we'll be seeing you guys.